Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ryan with Reds. So I went to Spencer's earlier at the Harvard Mall. I had a conversation with Bryan, who owns the Hoarder House on Jessica's Lane today. I don't talk to my fifth girlfriend, Sabrina, very often. And I don't talk to my first girlfriend, Alicia, anymore. 9 months ago, I had a girlfriend with black hair named Voda. James is watching some kind of show out on TV. Let's see, I went to Folsom High. And Folsom Middle, which is the school I went to. I've been watching Charlotte ever since I was, 15 or 16. And then when I was, or actually 14 or 15. And then when I was 16, he became my boyfriend. But only on one day when I was 13 or 14, I did things with Bryan, who owns the hoarder house. And Jessica Slane, who was my next door neighbor that I had a conversation with today. And see, I don't have a problem with Billy Wesley Phelps because he's my ex-boyfriend. And then, like I said, 9 months ago, I had a girlfriend with black hair. I had a crystal ball. Sometime not that long ago. I have pain in my left side. But I'm not sure what it's caused from. There are days where my dad takes the heater out of my room. Even though I paid for the heater. I had a first kiss when I was 7 or 8 with a girl named Emma. I got with my first girlfriend Alicia when I was 13 or 14. And then my second girlfriend Brooke Turks on Bryan George for Revolver Fruit. But first I got with Alicia. And that's Tourette syndrome in my neck. Alicia was my very first girlfriend, and I got with her when I was like 16. And Alicia might be a black name, but Alicia is a white girl with brown hair that had cats. And then I got with my second girlfriend Brooke Turks that has a YouTube channel. And there's videos of her doing opera, and then I got with Brooke Turks. And then Tanya, who died 4 or 5 years ago, and then Nadia. And then Sabrina LaRochelle, that I fingered at my 17th birthday party. And then after Billy Wesley Phelps, I did things with this guy named Kelly J. Caudill only on one day after him. And then I had my first threesome when I was 20 or 21 with my friend James Colvin. And then I would get tested at STD centers. But I'm STD free. And then I hung out with a boy named Jay in October sometime last year. But he didn't pay for my ride back home, and he was like, oh, your dad can be put in jail for playing with your schizophrenia money. My first threesome was with my friend James when I was 20 or 21, and then my second was with this Russian boy named Alex sometime when I was 22. And then 9 months ago, me and my friend with black hair did threesomes on my friend with black hair. The coincidence people have been real ever since I was 17. But I never opened up a YouTube channel and attempted to try and be famous. Or give people answers about what happened to Billy Wesley Phelps. And then, like I said, there's this guy that went to my alternative school whose name was Jared Green that looks like him, and then there's a Jared Allen. Billy Wesley Phelps, people coincidence person on my Ryan Logan Wayne Facebook. And I was a member of an extremist witchcraft coven sometime when I was like 27. And knives were held to my neck. And I don't smoke marijuana anymore, I just drink. I got this tattoo to symbolize my black friend named Ryan Cherry's death. I got this Grim Reaper. And I got this Gemini symbol. And this dark Grim Reaper. Sometime let's see, it is 2:45 p.m. I went to the hospital sometime about 9 months ago, and I met a boy named Joshua Adam Dirt up there, who was a people coincidence person. And then, like I said, in my one Forbush school, there was a boy that went to Hannamore School whose name was Elijah Cohen, who bullied me. And then there was a boy that bullied me in Falston Public School. I don't remember his name. I have conversations with Kelly J. Caudell that I did things with only on one day when I was 21. And I recently reconnected with Bryan, who owns the hoarder house. And I tried to talk to Billy Wesley Fouts, but I don't anymore. But I talked to Michael or Keisha and Alan. Or Carnatia doesn't talk to me, and I don't talk to Lakita Jackson. And then Sharkwanda died sometime about 7 years ago. And I wasn't prescribed antidepressants for years. And Gay Diamond or Marjorie Brubaker made rip-off report about me when I was 16 or 17. And I wish I could sue her. And then Levi Carver, the old transvestite on YouTube, added me on Facebook and said he could have Billy Wesley Fouts put in jail. Said he could make movies about my situation. And said he could have Black Web made into a book. Have a life about my life be made and things like that. And he was just lying to me. And then, like I said, 9 months ago, I had a girlfriend with black hair. But I had 5 girlfriends in my alternative school, and only on one day when I was like 13 or 14, I did things with Bryan, who owns a brewer house. I had one boyfriend who was Billy Wesley Fouts. But Billy Wesley Fouts was a frog torturer. So I really don't ever care if I talk to him again. I just don't like him as my ex-boyfriend. But see, I didn't learn that he was a frog torturer until after I got with him. But because I have paranoid schizophrenia, I looked at his frog torture videos like they were pretend or not real. But I have frogs that I loved, and I have a black rabbit. And then 9 months ago, I had a girlfriend with black hair. I never found humor in Billy Wesley Phelps's frog torture videos. I just looked at them like they were pretend or not real. Because I'm a schizophrenic person. And then, there's a boy that went to my alternative school, which was for Bush, whose name was Stan Reichley. And then there's a Damon winning artist. And then I went to a hospital sometime when I was 14 or 15, and I met my friend Javier Alberto Santiago up there. And my dad will cut food with knives and leave knives out on the counter. But I clean my room up sometimes. Bryan Winning had 5 dislikes, but I wrote down that my dad wasn't giving me my disability money. I wrote down that I worked at an alcohol store, and they were mean to me. I wrote down that I worked at a ShopRite pushing carts. But they fired me. And then there was this boy whose name is John Powell. That makes me think of John Hawk, the guy that raped the girl in Stickham. And when I was 16 or 17, no, my dad, George Fair, did not buy me a car, and he did not let my friends come over. And even at the age of 20 or 21, he would stay here and let my friends would come over. And I shower a lot. And I wear clothes with long sleeves, sometimes, because I get cold. And I was babysat by a woman named Miss Lisa when I was young. And I used to have conversations, with Chris Dolphin, and Ryan Rosenzweig, and Michael Edwards, and Barbie Crash, and sometime, the boy who, the Gypsy Love Star guy, was put in jail for quoting the Jeffrey Star cultural aid thing. The I'll shoot up a school thing. My dad did not buy me a car. But my cousins Amy and Stacy could drive. I like to eat beans and rice, and I was vegan for a while. Jasmine and Brandy became real sometime when I was, I'm 30, and they became real sometime when I was, like, 22. And people can meet them and interact with Jasmine and Brandy. And then Jerry Green is a person that exists that shouldn't exist. And then, Hurricane Katrina happened at my mom's one time. And I was there for that. I have Tourette syndrome, autism, OCD, bipolar stress with epilepsy. And my dad would take me to get haircuts at the mall. I bought this hat from Spencer's. So I had a conversation with Bryan, who owns the hoarder house, today. I ran into a schizoaffective girl that worked at Hot Topic. There was a boy, his name was Cody Eisner, that I hung out with in my public school, and I was an atheist for a long time, and I didn't say the Pledge of Allegiance. Anytime they would ask me to, when it was time to say the Pledge of Allegiance. And I'm 30, and sometime when I was 26 or 27, is when Alex Griffith, who was on one episode of Larry King, stole from me and brought bed bugs in my house with his girlfriend Courtney. And Alex was my second threesome when I was like 22. And I used to watch Bryan Silva. And I don't like Levi Carver because he should be fired from whatever job he works at for taking advantage of a disabled person. And my first threesome happened when I was 20 or 21 with my friend James. And then I have a black friend named Jamal that I recently sent some money to. And I used to have conversations with a girl named Shawnee Shortcake. Oh, it's straight under my neck. My first girlfriend, Alicia, cheated on me sometime when I was 15 or 16, but I burned a picture of this boy named Justin. And she was my girlfriend. And then, like I said, 9 months ago, I had a girlfriend with black hair. When I was like 9 or 10, I went into my dad George's room and found a gay porno called Buddy Love that had gay people in it. And through psychosis, I figured out that I am bi. But I only do things with boys when I can't find love with females. Like I did things with Bryan, who owns a hoarder house. I had one boyfriend. I did things with Kelly J. Caldwell and a boy named Nick only on one day. I have a son named Curtis Winning. And I want to change my name from Ryan George First to Ryan Logan Winning for my new start in life. And I was just like, really, I don't have to answer questions. If anything, people can tell me things that I don't know. And I was 17 years old when I was with Billy Wesley Phelps. I know behind the scene prank call details. And me and Billy were together for like 4 or 5 years. And then I used to hang out with Alex and Bryan Glass. And then I hung out with Jay Walker. And then sometime, about 5 or 6 months ago, I had a threesome with my friend with black hair. Well, my girlfriend with black hair. I'm 30, and sometime when I was 26, or 27 is when a boy named Matt Beckner attempted to rape me. And sometimes the neighbor will knock on my door and bring food over. Um, my dad got with his girlfriend Margie Rubichaux sometime when I was 22 or 23. And then Jasmine and Brandy became real sometime when I was 21. And I went to Spencer's and bought this bottle of lube when I went to Spencer's. I play a drag queen on a few channels. Even though one day when I was young, I did things with Bryan, who owns the hoarder house. I had one boyfriend, and then I did things with Kelly J. Caldwell on one day, and Blaine Nick on one day. I feel that I'm not gay or bisexual. And people can look at that however they want, but I only do things with boys when I can't find love with females. And people assume that Ryan, George Hurt, and I know too, just because Lana's pretend are not real some days. And then Jeff McGaney is a person. His name is Jeffrey Ronald McGaney. And he's a person that exists that shouldn't. And I like to listen to Machine Gun Kelly. And then Alex stole from me. And I was in a martial arts class sometime. I'm 30 and I took martial arts. Sometime when I was like 26 or 27. And I didn't have enough money for my alcohol today. But the woman used her own money to pay for the rest of it, which was only 90 cents. And the people of coincidence people are real. And then, Ryan Rosenzweig, the Jewish boy, made fun of me. And I got about, 600 friend requests on Ryan, Louie, and Winning. I wrote down that I had frogs as pets. I wrote down my first girlfriend, Alicia, cheated on me. I wrote down I have stomach and bathroom problems. I wrote down my black friend died from the coronavirus. And Victor Hill was my first best friend at Furbish School. And he hooked me up with a girl named Shelby. And then he was with Rachel. And then my dad put a lock on the heater in the house. And this is going on 34 minutes. So I'm going to call this, I had a chat with Bryan, who owns the hoarder house today. And I messaged Skankisha, and I plan to play my Sims 4 today, which is Ryan Aliendo. And it is 3:06 p.m. And it is August 5th, 2022. So everybody's good. Much love and peace to everybody from Ryan George Fair.